God, it's lovely to see you all. You know, so I had a great friend of mine at home, ladies and gentlemen, a great friend of mine at home, Aggie, they called her. Nobody here called Aggie, I'm not getting at you, but Big Aggie we used to call her, for she was a very big woman, you know, there were a lot of her in it. She was well built. As I say at home, she was well put together, do you know? But Lord save us, you know, she got older and older. She went into an old people's home, you know, at home, and actually was there. But you know, she was sort of an exciting kind of a woman herself, and it would have been too quiet for her, you know. I remember one time her and sister actually went on holidays to Spain. The first time was back in the 70s. Big Aggie and her sister Maggie, Big Aggie and Big Maggie, the two of them went to Spain, and the two of them sitting on a beach in Spain. And I remember that time. Remember that time when there was a streaking craze? Do you remember streaking? Remember when boys would take off all their clothes and go for a run? Remember nothing on them, naked. And Big Aggie and Big Maggie sitting on the two deck chairs in Spain one day on the beach, and next month this young Spanish boy went flying down the beach past them, not a totter on him, naked. Oh God! And Big Maggie, she had a stroke. And Aggie couldn't reach, but. But you know what I'm saying, She was that kind of a lively person, but she ended up, as she got older anyway, in the old people's home, and she was sitting in the women's ward one day, and things was a wee bit too quiet for her, you know, and she thought she would liven things up, but she was after thinking on the young lad in Spain, and she thought she would do a streak. Now, she was 87. She took the game to the last, so Aggie, anyway, she took off all the clothes, nothing on her, and she headed down through the women's ward for a streak, you know. But I mean, no, she wasn't going that fast, but she was going, you know. And she down through the women's ward and out the door and straight down the corridor and into the men's ward and down through the middle of the men's ward and her thundering along and down, nothing on her, everything. And then as she went out the back door of the men's ward, there were two old boys sitting beside the door, Alec and Wooly. And Alec looked up, and after she went past, he says, "Well, Wooly, who was that was after going past?" And Wooly says, "God, Alec," he says, "I think that was Big Aggie from the women's ward." "Was it?" he says. "And what was that she was wearing, Wooly?" She says, "I don't know, Alec, but whatever it was, it needed ironing."